We've gotten a bunch of comments asking how do you guys flash around chimneys when doing standing seam. Behind us we've got a nice large chimney. We're going to show you how to flash it to where you will never have leaks and you will know that you are not going to be in any warranty calls. So let's get into it. We use a 40-inch wide valley panel with a built-in cleat. These built-in cleats are really nice because you're not having to screw down your own cleat and rely on butyl, things of that nature. So 100% watertight. They can be a little tricky to splice together. However, they work very well for us. It's all we use. So we'll get this thing trimmed up and ready to go. I'm just going to quickly bend a 1-inch bend on here just to make it a little more fail-safe. Just like that. For our first piece here, we just made a 6-inch bend that'll go up the chimney, and then we can rivet our flashing onto that. Let's take a piece of sidewall flashing, bend it over, and I'm gonna stick this out underneath the metal just as a little added insurance, kick water away from this corner. Let's pop this in here. It is a little tricky with these rocks. You wanna make sure they're all so uneven and stuff, you kinda have to screw around with them. Alright, and then when water hits this, it'll kick it away from it, hopefully keeping it more watertight. Our valley panel is going to lap over on top of this, so let's do that right now. And we always choose to use butyl over caulk, simply because this will not harden over time, whereas sealant will harden and will eventually crack, and you will lose your water tightness. Snap-lock standing seam isn't as easy to do certain trim details such as splicing panels, however you can do it. On this, we're going to cut this rib, that way we can splice in our top piece and get it all locked together. First valley panel piece here, we are ready to install. One handy little tip here, if you just cut yourself a little piece of flat stock of some kind, any scratches that'll happen with that closed hem will happen on this piece of trim, leaving your valley panel all nice and clean and crispy. So this is good because we have metal running all the way up to here. Everything, even if water was able to get in that seam, is still going to continue downhill. Everything's butyled under. And so yes, you do have a joint. However, at the end of the day with snap lock, it's much better to be able to do it this way versus just cutting a little slit in the metal and stopping the valley panel there, because you're always going to be relying on a little bit of sealant. So if you can two-piece your valleys, it is a better way to do it. I agree, it doesn't always look the absolute best, but if you do it clean, it'll look great. And it'll be watertight for a lifetime. All right, so we got our second piece of valley panel prepped. Same thing, bent up a tab on the bottom. For up here, our goal is for this flat part to go into this cleat on our first valley panel. We're gonna bend this piece up and then we'll bend it around to lock off right here. None of this really matters a ton because we are gonna run our ridge cap up underneath this cleat, so no water should ever be on here, but we want it to be as good as possible. Now that our valley panels are put on, we can run the metal on this cricket. So let's get that on and then we'll go on from there. We've got our panels ran over to our last one here. We're gonna be doing the exact same thing that we did on the other side, except I popped a line 16 inches over so I know where my underlap is gonna be, and now I'm just gonna do the same thing. Gonna two-piece it, cut my one underneath that goes underneath the valley panel here, and then I can cut one on top to snap over top of it. And so yeah, same as the other side, just having to work, you know, a little bit from the other direction. We got our next piece prep. This is gonna go underneath our valley. Let's install this. So now we have this piece of metal ran up underneath our valley panel. We now can run our top section. Having this two piece just once again just makes it so if any water ever wants to go up underneath here, it's gonna just continue back down the metal. We don't have to worry about it ever touching this underlayment. Now let's just measure and get this overlap piece put on here. And then we'll be done with this, except for the sidewall flashing. Now we're on to flashing the sides of the chimney. I have a custom bent piece of trim here. Tried to make it fit around the uneven rocks as well as I could. So now what we're gonna do, we got our groove cut in the rock here, and we're gonna fill that with tar and then put this in and anchor it to the brick. So what we're gonna be doing next is fastening it to the wall with these expanding anchors. You just drill a hole, smack them with a hammer. They work really well. With this uneven rock is a little tricky. We just marked where our high rocks were. That way we can just go into that. Otherwise we would normally just space them out evenly. However, we're just putting them wherever we can. That's not better. I need a hammer. Moving around to the back of the chimney, we're just gonna be putting on just standard stainless steel sidewall. Only thing is we're gonna be bending this down and under this cleat. That way it'll look all nice and pretty. So I'm just gonna set it where I want it. It's gonna be right there. And then I'll mark my angle. And then we'll proceed to bend this. Oh wait. Now all we gotta do, just slide this in here. Our sidewall flashing on the back here, we can go ahead and measure and make a custom pan. On this one we are coming up to here just because the original shingle metal flashing was up here, so I just want to cover that junk up. Let's get that bent and installed. We have this custom pan made for the back of the chimney. Now, it's pretty simple. All it is some bends to fit into the grooves on the rock. If you want to see how we made this, we're gonna make a separate video and post the link right up here so you can click on it and learn how to do it for yourself. Let's install this bad girl and get this thing wrapped up. And that's how you flash a chimney. If you're installing stain seam on your roof, you don't want to have to be redoing your flashing every few years or worried about leaks. So taking the time, doing it right, cutting it into the chimney, it all makes it maintenance free for years and years to come. If you want to learn more details of how we do things with metal roofing, or if you simply just want to follow along and watch other projects, we'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe. And thanks for watching, your two favorite roofing brothers.